Hey, what's up everybody? World here, and I'm here today to give my predictions of the final fight between Luffy and BlackBeard. Now, I've done many predictions with Naruto, I've done fights and endings and such, and I'm going to be doing the same with One Piece because I have a lot of predictions and theories on how fights are going to go and such. But we're about halfway through the series, so a lot of things could change between now and then. So if there's a fight between this one and maybe there's going to be another fight afterwards, then I'll obviously put this as a 1.0 predictions, and then possibly I'll do another one. So expect that in the future if things change between now and, you know, the rest of the series. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Alright, we know that BlackBeard has two devil fruit powers. Now, he has the power that Whitebeard had to do earthquakes and such, and then he had his dark fruit, I believe that's how it's called, where basically he could absorb another devil fruit user's powers. So I'd imagine Luffy going up against him, he's going to have a tough time because his gum powers are basically going to be of no use. He's not going to be able to use them when he fights BlackBeard. I'd say that the way Luffy is going to win is most likely he's going to have to rely on his haki a lot. His haki is going to be the key to defeating him. He has obviously the 3 hakis. I don't know if he's going to fight him after this previous time skip that we just had. You know, he might need more training. He might not be ready for BlackBeard yet. But I believe that those hakis are the keys to defeating BlackBeard. First, the sensory one, be able to sense BlackBeard, even though BlackBeard isn't as, you know, without BlackBeard's devil fruit powers, BlackBeard basically wouldn't be able to handle Luffy, but you still need to sense him, especially with that earthquake technique that BlackBeard has. So that's going to be one key factor. The other haki of deflecting it again against the earthquake thing, when BlackBeard does attack with the earthquake fruit, he's going to have to dodge it. He's going to have to block it with the haki. You know, that's going to be a key part. And then of course attacking, if he can't attack with his gum powers, then he's going to have to use the haki to attack, and that's going to be a vital part. Obviously it's going to probably come down to Luffy not having any type of powers, to be honest with you, and it's just going to be him going up against BlackBeard. And the thing is, BlackBeard's weakness is that, you know, outside of his fruit powers, he has no thing. So if somehow Luffy can stop him from using Whitebeard's technique of, you know, causing earthquakes and such, then Luffy might have a fighting chance if he could just at least go, you know, hand to hand with him, even if he can't use his gum, because BlackBeard isn't the strongest person. Again, he needs those powers. Without those powers, we've seen in the war when he went up against Whitebeard, Whitebeard grabbed him and threw him into the ground and everything, and just BlackBeard got lucky because he had his men at that time. I'd imagine that Luffy is going to have to find some type of way as far as with the haki and any other abilities he may learn along the way. They're probably going to be a new ability that we haven't seen, possibly a crazy haki, a fourth haki that we haven't even heard of, or something, a legendary haki or something, because I don't believe at all that the gum powers are going to be much help, especially if BlackBeard uses the dark fruit effect, where he'll take away those gum powers and Luffy will just have his haki techniques to use and, you know, hand-to-hand combat. But you know, overall I definitely think that Luffy's gonna be able to defeat BlackBeard, and it's gonna be a long, dragged out fight. He's gonna go through a lot to beat him. He's gonna have to use the gears, you know, gear 2nd and gear 3rd, assuming he can still use them without his gum powers. I don't believe he can, so he might not even be able to use those. I believe he'll use the gum powers up until a point where BlackBeard hasn't took away his powers yet. He'll be able to probably evade that technique of losing his devil fruit powers, but ultimately it's going to come down to Luffy using haki or some technique we haven't seen yet to defeat BlackBeard if he can. If not, he probably have to have somebody else help him, assuming there's somebody around, possibly maybe Shanks, but I'm not quite sure if Shanks will be around for this particular fight. So overall, in order for Luffy to beat BlackBeard, he's going to have to use his haki, and I believe it's going to come down to either a new effect or his haki to beat BlackBeard. Let me know what you think of these predictions. Do you think that Luffy will be able to defeat BlackBeard with his haki? Is that going to be the key factor to defeating BlackBeard? Let me know in the comment section below, or with a video response giving me your thoughts on this, because I believe that Luffy's going to be able to beat BlackBeard. He's going to be able to beat him. That's the only way he can be King of Pirates. He has to defeat everybody that stands in his way. It's just how he's going to do it. I believe it's going to have to come down to haki. But do you think so? But that's all I have for you guys today. I'm from World. Thanks for watching my predictions. Look forward to further predictions that I have on the series as far as the new world goes and future fights and such. And thanks for watching.